Everyone will be starting in a moment. I am just getting things set up. Shouldn't take too long. Right. There. There. It's done. Connection seems good. I think we're good to go. So let us begin. Hi. Why does Restream say I'm offline? There we go. Yes. Hi, everyone. Welcome to another stream of Ace Attorney Investigations Collection number 2. We're playing the second game. We are continuing into the third case, because last time we had managed to finish the second case, where we found out that the warden was the one that killed the guy. I was right! I knew it from the start, because she kept showing up for no reason, other than to be made as the villain. The only reason why she killed the guy was because he was working. She thought he was working for Caddis, the killer. But it's interesting that they brought in a killer for a second time. But he wasn't important to the story. He wasn't there as the villain or anything. He was just there as the reason why she killed him. Yep, she got found out. She was already wearing prison garb, so she probably just got straight put to prison. It's like, you're bad, evil. And we're on into the second case, where we are having some good smelling goodness. And going to eat everything. And we're back in time. But, yeah, we're going to see how much we can get done today. We're going to see if we can see what's going on with this, why we're going back to Gregory Edgeworth, and learn what happens in here. So without further ado, let's get to it. Hey, Refatron. The best case in the duology. I mean, it's got cake in it. Anything with cake in it is the best. Whether it be food or anything else. And of course, my chat disappears again. Right, showing up on there, which is good. Voice is being picked up. Everything seems to be okay. We're good to go. Playing Pokopia? I have no idea what that is. What's Pokopia? Correction, it has Kate in it. I imagine she'd have some. I don't know. Maybe the guy has it instead. Right, continue. Yes. We're going to be watching the intro again as the actual episode starts. Turnabout Legacy, Episode 3. What shall we make today, kids?
Samson
and Judy bake and bow.
Macarons, waffles with cream, chiffon cakes that are light as a dream. Laugh and sing, smile is true, all that sweetness waiting for you. Look here, look where, what, where, over there. The oven's got something special to share. Bing. Now let's see what we've got for you. It's cooking time. Are you ready to make something special together? Zooms out to a murder being occurred, just like a knife just going through the screen. Talk about a blast from the past. Hey, Gregory. I'm going back there tomorrow with your boy. I'm finally going to find out what happened 18 years ago. Judy will forever be Kate to me. Originally Catherine Hall. Just think it's a cutie name. Cuter name. April 2nd, 10:05 a.m. Zodiac Hall Fountain Room. About more than 10 years ago. No, actually, this is now. Okay. Well, Fender, are you finally going to tell me what we're doing here? Why have you brought me to an art gallery of all places? Hey, you had nothing going on. Seemed like the perfect chance to come and enjoy the magic of a star sign staff together. Of star sign stuff together. It's a lot of S's. I'm leaving. Chill, guy. I'm just joking. You know about the IS-7 incident, yeah? Your old man's last case? Of course. Von Karma took great pleasure in showing me the files as soon as I became a prosecutor. To show how he beat my father. And I reviewed them again last night after your invite. See? Papers with scribbles. I was also present at the trial all those years ago, although my memories of it are somewhat hazy. You know, on account of my father dying and being stuck in an elevator that made my brain have a fogginess. Ooh. Actual artwork of the guy. As a child, I was completely in awe of my father. The sight of him in court was inspirational. Anything you could think of that happened that year. Gregory Edgeworth, attorney at law, and opposite him, the guy who always looked the same no matter what year it was. The man who would become my mentor, Manfred von Karma. It was quite a case. But you'd think he would at least look a little bit younger. He looks exactly the same. However, it ended with the conviction of the accused. Ah, so you were there too. You were in the courtroom for Gregory's final outing? Well, that makes explaining things easier. I wanted you to know something, see? That's something about being what really went down. Not the truth in those files, but the capital T truth. It was 18 years ago, smack dab in the middle of a real doozy of a winter. Imagine they just walk into this place and just having this monologue about the past. And it's like, can we get by them? I want to go into the gallery. The buildings were covered with a blanket of snow. It looked like the streets were lined with popsicles. But things were so innocent behind those frozen doors. In fact, some pretty sordid stuff went down. Manfred has looking like that syndrome. This was back before yours truly was the fine figure of an attorney you see before you today. I didn't have a beard. 18 years ago. Damn. Everything's in black and white. The day was December 24th, 5 p.m. at the detention center in the visitor's room. Hey, Mr. E, this one's really come out of the blue, huh? I have to give him like an Edgeworth voice, but not as fancy. It did. We were called in before the ink of the arrest papers were even dry. My name is Gregory Edgeworth. I'm a defense attorney. I'm here visiting a client with my assistant, Eddie Fender. A murder on Christmas Eve? What's the world coming to? In the dark of night, at the end of the day, I saw two timely saviors are coming my way. Welcome, my friends, to the visitor's room. And if we're not friends yet, I'm sure we'll be soon. Whoa, talk about an entrance. Police officer in the corner. This is a few days before DL6? Yeah. I was not expecting that. And neither was I. Sorry if I surprised you. I'm just so happy to see you both. Thanks so much for coming out. Seriously, I can't thank you enough. You're the accused, I take it? I am. Gregory Edgeworth, attorney at law, at your service. I could tell by the cut of his brow that he was a man of strong means. Little did I know that he could pick up more than cakes. I'm going to be doing him like a detective from some like 50s film noir. I look forward to representing you. This is my assistant, Eddie Fender. Pleased to meet you, sir. I'll do everything I can to help. Come now, Edward. Calm down, please. You'll have to forgive him. He's still new to this. He's been helping me out part-time, but he's far from a fully fledged lawyer material yet. Nonetheless, I'm hoping he'll be some assistance in investigating the particulars of this case. Gregory and Eddie, it is an honor to meet you both. My job as a defense attorney is to save my clients from wrongful convictions. So the first thing to do is to establish whether or not he is truly innocent. Perhaps we could begin by having you tell us a little bit about yourself. What am I thinking? I haven't even told you my name. I am Samson Tangaroa. Tangaroa. I don't know what that was a reference. Tangaroa is like a cake or something that you bake. It really is you? Samson Tangaroa, the world's greatest confectioner? You flatter me, my young friend. And call me Samson, all my pals do. Wow, thanks Samson, I will. I can't believe I'm meeting you in person. It seems that he knows something of our client. Mr. E, this is the Samson, the singing, dancing confectionery making sensation. What shall we make today, kids? Macarons, waffles with cream, chiffon cakes that are light as a dream. Laugh and sing, smile, it's true, all the sweetness waiting for you. Look there, what, where? Over there. The oven's got something special to share. Now let's see what we've got for you. I almost started dancing along. No way, I gotta sing with Samson Tangaroa. This is a dream come true. He's literally starstruck. Thanks, little pal. It means a lot to hear you say that. My apologies. But I think we need to discuss the matter at hand. Of course, I'm sure you're both very busy. Alright, where would you like to start? So you're not just kind of a confectioner, but also a singer and dancer? He's doing the hand gesture, but instead of pointing, he's just going, I sure am. And when I'm having fun, my body just starts moving. You must really enjoy making desserts. Haha, wouldn't be much of a confectioner if I didn't. I like to make sweets that will bring joy to others. Groggy is just a super wholesome dad. You keep changing his name. First it's Greggy, then Groggy. Maybe Groogy. Hey, that's not just things, they're works of art. Sparkling, dazzling, mouth-watering creations, the stuff that dreams are made of. So he aims to create joyous and inspirational pieces, does he? I understand that the incident in question happened at your mansion. It did. We were holding an international confectionery contest there when a body was found inside one of my creations. Inside one of you? No way! So they look like they've got maybe a headscarf. It looks like a guy from the side. It looks like it might be a chef. The detective in charge placed me under arrest because of it, and now here I am. But I could never take a life. Never. It doesn't help in baking in any way. I've tried. I'm sure the police will see that too in time. They realize their mistake. I sure hope so. And what can you tell us about the victim? His name is Artie Frost. He looks kind of weird, but he was taking part in the contest. Mr. Frost was a wonderful confectioner. His creations were things of real beauty. I just don't understand. Why did he have to die? I'm sorry. He seems genuinely upset over the victim's death. I think I have a pretty good measure of the man now. Mr. Tangaroa, there is just one last thing I need to confirm with you. You didn't kill Mr. Frost, correct? Correct. I swear to you I didn't do it. Like I told you, I could never take a life. Never. He seems quite sincere. Alright, I'm going to take you at your word. Thank you for being so forthright with me. Likewise. It's good to talk to somebody other than those detectives. We'll head to the scene of the crime and see what we can learn. We'll be in touch with you when we have something more to tell you. Goodbye, Gregory. Goodbye, Eddie. I'm counting on you both. Her head is massive in that corner. You used to have flowers in the fountain? And a plaque? 6 p.m. This is pretty late. It's pretty cold out there, huh, Mr. E? I never saw so much snow. You know, it'd be cool if they were, like, actually covered in bits of snow as they come in. Or have it wet near the bottom to show that the snow's being treaded in. Yes, it does seem like it'll be letting up it won't be letting up anytime soon. Let's look at this place. What a sweet house Samson's got. It's huge. This is his house? Yes, big enough to hold an international confectionery contest, no less. Now, for me personally, I wouldn't put a fountain in the middle of my home. I'd put it outside. Even if I was rich. Welcome, welcome, everyone. Come in, we'll have some fun. Oh, no. Are you alright? I'm sorry. Would you happen to be Mr. Gregory Edgeworth by any chance? I got fancily made cutlery there and stuff. I would. It's a pleasure to meet you. I'm Eddie Fender. I'm Mr. Edgeworth's assistant. Mr. Edgeworth, Mr. Fender, welcome to our humble abode. Judy Bound. It's an honor to meet you both. Judy Bound. So like duty bound, I guess. If you took off that collar, she'd have a really long neck. I'm the housekeeper here, and Mr. Tangaroa's assistant. You're no housekeeper, you're Judy Bound. The Judy Bound. You know, simply on my work. A little. I watch you on TV every chance I get. I'm Bacon Pop's biggest fan. I can never do these hees, I just make them funny. It's very kind of you to say so. We'd be nothing without our fans. And what might Bacon Pop be? It's only the biggest show on TV. Every kid knows on the planet, or every kid on the planet loves it. How come I've never heard about it until just now then? It's all been about the Steel Samurai. The dynamic duo Simpson and Judy make delicious sweet stuff, all while singing and dancing. Surely that would get tiring after a while. Like this, check it out. Are you making her do this? What shall we make today, kids? Cookie dough, caramel too. Fluffy shoe cream, tiramisu. Everyone come along. Baking treats with a smile and song. There, oh, where, oh, who? There, it's true. I've got to do these many voices very quickly. I've got something special for you. Just to take a bite, and you will see. I hope that only happens that few times and that's it. Because it's going to get annoying very quickly if I have to do that every time. That was a wonderful performance, Mr. Fender. Bravo. I dance along every time I watch the show. Perhaps Miles might enjoy it too. I'll suggest it later. But all this dancing really takes it out of a guy. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm the world's worst hostess. Here, nothing relaxes the body, mind, and quite like a cup of tea. I don't know. Hey, everything. I believe they hired professional voice actors for all the English voice acting. Yeah. Did they? I mean, I'm doing a majority of it. It's going to make it very awkward to drink from those star cups. Ah, this is Ceylon, correct? It's delicious. It's a citrus aroma. It's said to improve one's ability to concentrate, as I recall. Interesting. So this is what Ceylon tea tastes like, huh? How odd. The sauce is cold. Yes, it's so that the tea cools down more quickly, I'm afraid. Some of our guests don't like it too hot. I see. These skill cups are very unique too. The design is really something. You think so? Thank you so much. I ordered them all the way from France. They're my absolute favourite. What, from the cheapskate store? Nah, they're just so weird. They were designed by a marvelous sculptor named Paul Halik. Have you heard of him? He makes the most amazing tableware in the world. These poses, man. You're clearly a big fan of his work. Oh, I am. These teacups are my greatest treasure. She's certainly not afraid to show when she's more passionate about something. If you don't mind, Miss Bound, I'd like to move on to the reason why we're here. Can you tell us everything you know about the unfortunate incident that occurred earlier? Of course. Sorry for getting so distracted. I guess I'm still in shock. Because I'm the one who found the body, see? You discovered the victim. Is it true that the body was discovered from inside of Mr. Tangaroa's creations? It is. We were in the middle of the contest's final judgment phase when I heard the sound of something big collapsing coming from Samson's room. Samson, are you in there? Ah! There's a dead guy! I opened the door and went inside and there was Mr. Frost's body. Thank you. I'm sorry to make you relive such a traumatic experience. Think nothing of it, please. I only wish I could tell you more. Or I had more to tell you. Now, if you don't mind, Miss Bound, I'd like to begin our investigation of the crime scene. Oh, Mr. Edgeworth, Mr. Fender, you have to save Samson. He's no murderer. He could never do something like that. Of course. Leave it to us, Miss Bound. I did the wrong voice for you. Thank you so much. I'll go serve the other tea. Then, come, Eddie, to the scene of the crime. Yes, sir, Mr. E. Whoa. I can kind of read that text. It says, Voyage of the Red River. I think it's supposed to say, but there's an R there, so that would be Rever. You're supposed to be able to eat all of that? I guess the ship might be made of chocolate, maybe? December 4th, the Tangaroa's room. That's a cool guy over there in the corner. And hey, it's Detective Bad, but with color. No way, everything in this room's made of chocolate. Even the people. I can't believe we get to see so many of Samson's creations this up and close and personal. I might be more excited myself if the room wasn't a murder scene. Just hearing you say that, there's a shiver down my spine. That might be what the temperature just in here. It's rather cold. Yeah, now that you mention it, it's pretty chill. Achoo! That diary up there says the Diary of Despair. Defense on the scene already. That was fast. A pleasure to meet you, Gregory Edgeworth. I'm representing Tangaroa. As you can see, this is why I said Bad was out of his prime. Yeah. This is my assistant, Eddie Fender. Nice to meet you. Bad. Detective Tyrell Bad. The detective in charge is named Bad, a man of few words. What? Something about this doesn't taste right. You're eating your notepaper. He likes to chew over his thoughts rather literally, I'm afraid. It helps him digest and remember them. Right, sure. It's a little quirk of his. Please try to ignore it. Although I'd be the first to admit that it's easier said than done. Also, if this was the case, I wasn't sure when to play it chronologically, since it goes back and forth between this and the present. Right. With introductions out of the way, Detective Bad, would you mind if we joined you in the investigation? Sorry, not gonna happen. What? How come? Mr. Edgeworth is Tangaroa's attorney. Yeah, and attorneys will do anything to get him off the hook. Even put words in their clients' mouths. You think I need that on my crime scene? Mr. Edgeworth never do something like that. Huh. I don't trust in attorneys. Okay, kid? You change your mind later. Detective, you'll establish my client's supposed guilt based on an investigation of the crime scene, correct? That's usually how it works, yeah. What of it? Then extend me the same courtesy. I believe he is innocent. I would like the chance to prove it. You believe he's innocent? And you didn't even see the scene yet? That's some flimsy lawyering. That's exactly why I wish to see the scene for myself. I need to ensure that my belief is based on solid evidence and sound reasoning. Huh. You about to tell me you're not leaving until I let you look over the scene? I am... Fine. Knock yourself out. Kind of hard to play just the past segments and then come back later to do the present. I mean, yeah. Thank you, detective. But I'm coming around with you. Like I said, I don't trust attorneys. If you're good with that, go ahead and get to it. That was a lollipop the whole time? I must admit, I didn't see that coming either. We'd better get started then. I need you to take notes, Eddie. On it, mystery. Let's get this over with. The guy is obviously pretending to be a samurai and he's using turkey baiters as swords. Whee! And now I am Edgeworth, the other Edgeworth. So this is where the body was discovered. This waste of chocolate. Can we just give it to people that want it? Like me? I want it. Oh, no. Yeah. They took it away already. But everything else is just how we found it. It's really rather impressive making an entire ship out of chocolate. That's Samson Tangaroa for you. Don't you just want to take a bite out of it? Which part to bite first, though? That's the real head scratcher, you know? Bite any part of it, kid. You're off the crime scene as soon as your fast head was bit. Hey, it was just a joke. Stop staring at me like that. I do sometimes wish Eddie would keep a cool a little better. It appears the body was inside the treasure chest. Yeah, a woman by the name of Bound found it. Captain, are you in there? Ah! She seemed to have heard something breaking and came in to see what it was. If only we had just a little more information. There's something else in there. Huh, it looks like a seal of some sort. With somebody's initials and an intricate shape carved into it. Looks like a snowflake. Looks like it's backwards, but looks like it's Russian. Is it for making one of those fancy wax things on documents? Do you think it belonged on the victim? No idea. But it's got to be logged anyway, so I'll take that. It's probably to make a print on, like, food or something. After sailing the seven seas... Oh, rover. After sailing the seven seas, the legendary ship happens upon a great treasure at last. This piece is a tribute to an adventurous spirit of the ancestors. It's titled Voyage of the Red Rover. After sailing the seven seas, the legendary ship happens to upon a great treasure at last. This piece is a tribute to the adventurous spirit of our ancestors. Who knew? So they sailed the 6 whole seas before they found anything. Not exactly the luckiest crew out there. Something tells you gotta take a bunch of wrong turns before you find the truth. That's why being a real detective is all about. Did they even have detective backs in those days? One of the stands of the broken ship is broken. One of the ship is broken. The ship must have collapsed onto the treasure chest and smashed it open. Wait, do you think... Could that be how the victim died? Was he crushed by the ship? If he was, this becomes an accidental death and not a murder. You too serious? Don't worry, detective. For the moment, we're simply discussing a possibility. I was being serious, though. Detective, can you tell us a little more about the state of the victim's body? Let me see. Got a picture here someplace. You can see for yourselves. The victim was struck and killed with some kind of blood object. And what about a weapon? Has it been found yet? You can ask the prosecutor in charge about that. The detective's not one for sharing much, I see. Would you mind if we borrowed this? No skin of my nose. It's not like it's official. Bound took it with an instant camera when she found the body. An instant camera? It's like it's disposable or something? No, it means that it develops the picture right there and then when you take them. No way, sounds pretty convenient. Now then, I'd better get my facts straight and take some notes down on my own. There's something in this picture that contradicts with the current crime scene. I'll need to call on my powers of deduction to figure out why. The Red Rover and the Crimson Tide. It looks like this title is the inspiration for everything on display here in this room. The ship and the treasury chest, of course, but also the other nautical objects on display. It's certainly a suitable grand theme with which to showcase Mr. Tangrower's talents. This is a fine selection of nautical paraphernalia. You think one of them could be a murder weapon? No, they're all made out of chocolate. You'd have a hard time bludgeoning somebody to death with one of them. Can't tell what's real in there. They really do look genuine. I can hardly tell the difference myself. A true statement of Mr. Tangrower's skills. What are you investigating, officer? Sir, I was just taking the temperature of the water here. And what have you learned? Oh, it's warm, sir. The stream on each room flows into the main fountain, and then the water is circulating back to the rooms. Unusual, to say the least. I've never seen a house quite like this one. Rich folks, they're all crazy. I mean, you're not wrong. How's it looking over here, officer? Nothing of interest in that cupboard, or...? Yes, sir. So there is. Oh, no, there isn't. Just a blowtorch used for cooking and some tableware, sir. You heard the man, Mr. Attorney. Nothing to add, am I right? No. So, you do have something to add? Oh, no. Can't get a straight answer out of anybody. Perhaps you should ask a straight question. Is that world map also made out of chocolate? That's cool. Angel's Cookbook. There's some very tasteful tableware here, along with some kitchen utensils. This tea set is of the same design as the one Miss Bound served to us earlier. You think Samson could have been drinking our tea with that? The pot and teacups were dusted for prints. His was the only ones they found. And was that the case for the utensils too? Everything else had been washed, so there wasn't any prints to find. And if Mr. Tangrower was wearing gloves while he was working with confectionaries, that would explain why prints were only found on the teapot and cup. Okay. Gloves. Tangrower wore them when he was working on his masterpiece over there. They were conveniently good at hiding fingerprints too. I suppose it's possible to employ them in such a manner. But is it really all that suspicious to find a pair of gloves in a kitchen like this? I'm a detective. Everything's suspicious. That's the job. Even I'm suspicious. Can we put a finger in this pot of melted chocolate? You want to talk about the stepladder? And you are? Huh. Sorry, meditating. Did you want something, detective? Oh, I'm an attorney, not a detective. Gregory Edgeworth. A pleasure to meet you. And I'm his assistant, Eddie Fender. I see. Name's Carmelo Gusto. I'm a confectioner. Here for the contest. You are? What's your specialty, Mr. Gusto? Seahorse. The art of air and sugar. No way, look at that. It's a little baby seahorse. I wouldn't call it little, it's massive. It's a dragon, a noble soaring creature of the skies. Well, you did a bad job. That's a dragon? It does look more than aquatic than airborne. No need to sugarcoat it. My design sense is weak. I know that better than anybody. That's why I'm meditating to Zengfa we're heading to Zengfa when this is all over. I need to train hard. Perhaps we should get off the subject of its design sense for now. What we're doing here in Gusto? I didn't think they were allowing civilians on the scene yet. Detective wanted to know more about the scene, one of the pieces in here. Makes sense, seeing as he's a contestant. Perhaps I should ask him a few questions on my own. Those are some interesting implements you use, Mr. Gusto. What is it this time? A bird or chicken? Sugar blowing pumps. They put air into the sugar. Is this a real thing? Also, I feel like I got something stuck in my nose. One sec. Sugar blowing pumps. They put air into the sugar. It's so cool. It's like watching a Swordmaster do his thing. I'm no master. Not a day goes by that I don't hurt myself one way or another. That's why I wear red. That way it doesn't matter when I make a mess. Jeez, okay. The way of the confectioner is a lonely one. You never stop learning. Not until you die. The way of the confectioner sounds like a long one, too, if he's still injuring himself on a daily basis. What can you tell us about the contest? Based on what we've seen so far, flavor doesn't seem to be the only criteria at play. The contestant was Tangroa's idea. It's about art. Confectionery is art. Confectionery as art? Art you can eat, every part of it. Every single item in this room is edible. Even me. The whole place does smell like chocolate. Tangroa is a genius. A once-in-a-generation talent. Flavor and flair, he has it all. And if you can't outdo the god of confections himself, you can't win. I don't know, man. Beating out the greatest in the world seems kind of hard, yeah? As it should be. Whoever beats it becomes the greatest in turn. That's the real prize here. Nothing else matters. So you're competing for a title, effectively. And a treasure. The ultimate cookbook. Tangroa's most prized possession. If you want to know more, it's all written down here. On a piece of paper. It's the list of rules that was given to the contestants. There. Sorry, I don't know much about what happened. I only heard about it after judging was over. How was the judging organized? It started at 3 p.m. Tangroa making the rounds right around then. He left to his own room and then worked his way around the venue clockwise. Why do I get the feeling this thing rotates? I don't know, it's just the way that it looks. I doubt it though, because it would hit the building. But who knows? Recreations was the first to be judged. After that, we went to the Scone's room. She's another one of the contestants. What can you tell us about her? Ruthless, brutal. There's nothing she wouldn't do to win. Oh, she works with the cream. She's some kind of a dreamscape. And then Frost Room. Then the last of all, Frost Room. His thing was flavored ice. Sculptured this time, so I heard. Bound found the body. While Tangroa was still making the rounds. She panicked, ran to call the cops. Tangroa went right on judging. Claims he didn't know a thing about it until afterwards. Went ahead and looked over the victim's work, even though the guy was nowhere to be seen. Pretty suspicious behavior in anyone's book. I don't have enough information to challenge him on that yet. By the way, Detective Bad, what were you and Gusto talking about earlier? I was going to ask him about the piece on the wall there, the one in the frame. Seemed like something was off. Angela beset by thorns. Thought I'd better ask somebody who knows about this stuff. But then you bozo showed up and pulled me away from the very important work. Perhaps we can take a closer look at it together. Can't take a hint, can you? Mr. Gusto, would you mind helping us out? Of course. Confectionery is my life. If you have any questions, I'll be happy to answer them. Thank you. That's very kind of you. It's a journal belonging to the captain of the chocolate ship, also made of chocolate. A diary of despair, that's some title. Come, hearken, see how they crossed the seas and rode the red tide to misery. Quite a jaunty rhyme in such a tragic-sounding tale. A candelabra made of chocolate. There's a title here, The Light of Life. Well, this particular light seems to be missing one of its life-giving flames. Perhaps it does have some sort of symbolic meaning? Or could it be? Looks like a fire alarm. Yeah, before you start prodding it, it's not made of chocolate. Push it and bells will start ringing. People will come running in from the security room. A whole bunch of hassle, so don't. I know you want to, but don't. Honestly, the thought hadn't even crossed my mind. Typical attorney. What does being an attorney have to do with anything? You have no whimsy, that's what it is. Who knew you can make a picture that's pretty out of chocolate? Sounds really good. Is a god among men. Is it really made of chocolate, though? It looks far more too much like a regular illustration to me. You have a good eye. I'm impressed. That's no piece of candy. That's the ultimate cookbook. The ultimate cookbook. In other words, the grand prize. What? So it's not made of chocolate after all? No. The book is simply framed in some. Tangroa showed it all to us when we gathered here to explain the rules. So the participants knew the grand prize was in this room the whole time. Anyway, you see it too, right? The frame. Something's missing. The other Detective Bad was going to ask Mr. Gusto about earlier. Yes. You're right, Detective. Something is missing from the frame. So it's not just me. Huh? What's missing? I'd better show Eddie what part of the frame is missing. Some chocolate.
Take that!
Look at the decorative work here. Something is missing, no? Oh yeah, it's different from the other side. It's not like Mr. Tangaroa. The balance is all wrong. But that's not all. Take a look around. Every confection in this room is missing some small bits. You're right. It's like the candle holder and the nautical stuff, they're all like that. Did somebody deliberately damage them? That's a very good question. Or did Tangaroa just want to look like somebody messed with his work? He'd never do something like to his own creations, never. Could this have some deeper meaning for the case? I must scour the scene and inspect everything here that catches my attention. The picture is not made of chocolate. It's cover for the book, the ultimate cookbook. The ultimate cookbook, in other words, the grand prize. Yes, framed in chocolate. Tangaroa showed it all to us when he gathered here to explain the rules. So the participants knew the grand prize was in the room the whole time. This must be the title of this piece. Angel Beset by Thorns. It's pretty mysterious. Really gets you thinking, huh? I think I'm a fan. You have good taste. I especially fond of myself. Fond of it myself, not fond of myself. Simply captivating. Mr. Edgeworth, Mr. Gusto praised me. Now, Eddie, don't take this into a thorny issue by bragging about it. You have bad taste. Was that a dad joke, Mr. Edgeworth? I better make note of this momentous occasion. Where did I make a joke? Dad or otherwise? Was that it? Because I've looked at everything else. Oh, I see a handprint. Was that there before? Are these finger marks? Yeah, we don't know about the who's yet, though. Still haven't figured it out. No fingerprints, no ID. Finger marks without prints. Could they have currently been important to the case? They were trying to eat it but couldn't find purchase with their teeth, so they tried to break it off. It's a real head scratcher, alright. Not really. I'm guessing whoever it wore gloves. What is wrong with my reading today? Jesus, man. Oh, where's your sense of romance, of adventure? There doesn't tend to be much of either at a crime scene, Eddie. Achoo! Are you alright, Eddie? Yeah, it's just sure is chilly in here. Yes, I wasn't exactly warm out in the front room either. But it's even colder in here. Would you like to borrow my jacket? No, I'm fine. And besides, you said you'd give it to me when I was finding up my attorney's badge. And you never wore it when you did. I did, didn't I? Why do you have the heat down so low? Chocolate needs to be kept at the right temperature. The sudden change to a more aggressive voice. Take a look behind that panel on the wall. What panel? Suddenly. Look at that. It was there the whole time. 59 Fahrenheit. If I remember correctly, that's pretty low. That's like in the negatives. That's like -5 Celsius. There's one in each of the contestants' rooms. Tangaroa hid them until they wouldn't spoil the aesthetic of our works. And what do the controls do? They adjust the temperature in the lighting, not lightning. Goes all the way down to minus 22 degrees Fahrenheit. Cold enough to keep any confectionery from melting. Minus 22 degrees Fahrenheit is like minus 50. That's a bit much. If it was Celsius, that'd make more sense. So, in effect, this room is a giant freezer. It's 59 degrees in here. No wonder I'm cold. Hey, Detective Bad, you, mind if we turn up a little? Preservation of the crime scene is the foundation of a detective work. But I'm not a detective. The same goes for attorneys, Eddie. You must never disturb the scene of a crime. Get used to the cold. It'll all be part of the training. Chocolate needs to be kept between 59 and 65 degrees. There's no way around it. You know the temperature by heart, huh? Guess it's your job. It's the very least I should know. Any real confectionery would be able to tell you that anymore. Alright, what about lollipops and cream? It's too hot or too humid. A lollipop should be fine just about anywhere. Cream needs to be kept around 50 degrees. Need to watch out for heat and humidity, huh? Duly noted. The man kind of brightened up there when he was talking about lollipops, didn't he? I suppose he must be very fond of them. I don't believe there is any more to be found here. These controls can be used to adjust the room's temperature and lighting. Red, yellow, green, dark blue, light blue, white. That's a huge range. Temperatures are set to 59 degrees. Light color set to white. The pieces in there are made of chocolate, that's why. White light makes them look better. Does it? Mr. Tangaroa must see... Oh, wait. Mr. Tangaroa must see the room itself as part of his carefully crafted creations. I'm looking at what temperature is 59 Fahrenheit. 59 Fahrenheit to Celsius. 59 Fahrenheit is 15 Celsius. So not negative, never mind. So what is negative 22? Negative 22 is negative 30 degrees. Yeah, that's a bit much. Turn to the camera. What are you fond of, kids? Right, time to use my brain. Stairs broke, and the ship collapsed with it, and the loud sound it made brought Miss Bound running. Yeah, said the ship had already keeled over by the time she got in here. But why did the stand collapse? What caused it to break? Maybe the whole thing was off balance from the get-go. Could that really have been the case? All of Mr. Tangaroa's creations are missing a little piece each, including one of the stands that was holding up the ship. Somebody really went all out. You think it could have been the killer? It's certainly a possibility. Either way, I think we can safely say that the stand was damaged in our mysteries person's tampering spree. When it broke, the ship fell and smashed open the treasure chest, which wouldn't have remained closed otherwise. I saw someone compare Greggy to a kid's slot show and I can't unsee it. Makes sense. A well-equipped kitchen, as one might expect. Sadly, it doesn't look like there's much to be found in the way of clues. Nothing of interest in the fridge either. We checked. I don't think I have anything else to, like, combine. What is it? You're doing this all wrong. Investigation is like a popsicle. You walk around the scene, look at stuff, talk to witnesses. Everything you do is like a lick of that popsicle. Slowly, you eat away at it. Until all that's left is the stick, and written on that stick is the truth. Then I suppose I'd better hope it doesn't stay guilty. Nothing has been moved since the body was found, correct? Preserve the scene. That's rule number one of my investigation. I took the body away, but everything else untouched. Could you tell us a little more about the state of the body before it was taken away? Bound took a picture. I'll have to make do with that, Mr. Lawyer. I get the feeling that the good detective is none too fond of defense attorneys. Probably best not to rely much on him. and search the scene for clues and contradictions myself. Hey, it's my attorney's badge. Your badge is the shape of a sunflower, right, Mr. E? Does it have some kind of special meaning, or...? It does. Sunflowers follow the sun, correct? In other words, they always face the light. Just as the attorneys do, we should always aim to be on the side of liberty and justice. Well, then I'm going to work hard and just be like a sunflower when I'm attorney. I no doubt you will. This is your badge number here on the back? That's right. The number itself doesn't mean much, of course. Well, if it doesn't really matter, then I want mine to be a string of repeating digits. I'd actually paid to see that. What a weird seal. If you use it like a stamp, it comes out as PH, right? But if it's just for show, like a ring, it appears to say H9, I believe. H9? Hit 9, maybe? Someone hitting steak? Seems unlikely. It sounds like Detective Bad might be a fan of baseball. This case, it's... well, I can't get my head around a few parts of it. If you wouldn't mind, I'd like some more information about the scene of the crime. Sure, you got legs, don't you? Try using them. That's how the pros do it. Our duties may differ, Detective, but we both want to get out to the bottom of what happened here, don't we? Wouldn't it be better if we worked together? The detective clearly sees himself as the strong silent type. I suppose this is also how the pros do it. Attorneys are bad luck. Nothing ever good comes when a guy's around. You trample the seam, jump to conclusions. You really think that's all of us, me included? Huh. You haven't even met me before. Not a yes, but not a no neither. I'd like your opinion on this if you don't mind. I do. If there's one thing I hate, it's small talk. It seems he only cares about things that are directly related to the incident. You know, Gregory doing the whole interrogation stuff, he seems a lot more composed. Like, Edgeworth has his moments where he's like, oh, I didn't mean to do that. Gregory's more like, oh, well, he doesn't know, I'll move on. Seems the culprit made sure to wear gloves. Couldn't lift squat from those finger marks. But perhaps you can extrapolate something from their owner from the size of their fingers, for example. It's not as easy as it sounds. Sorry, but these finger marks are pretty worthless evidence goes. There's no need to be hasty, Detective. After all, even with the absence of fingerprints, tells us something of interest, don't you think? Huh. You'll always have an answer for everything, don't you? Huh. Well, I'll take that as a compliment. The Ultimate Cookbook, the title of World's Greatest Confectioner. Judging will proceed clockwise from the leftmost room. All contestants to gather in Tangaroa's room when judging ends. Non-confectionery items may not be used as decorations. Stands and display materials will be provided. Contestants may not enter another contestant's room until judging has been completed. But the red guy's in here. A real crime scene. This is so exciting. This isn't a game, Eddie. I need you to take it seriously. Don't worry, Mr. E. I'm taking notes on everything. You are? What kind of notes? It's about how all this delicious stuff is made. Can't wait to try it out for myself. I'm not playing around, Edward. Take this seriously. Yes, Mr. Edgeworth. I guess I can present this guy some evidence. Interesting design. Yes, I would like something with this. Could I borrow it? Oh, I'm afraid not. It's rather important. I can't bear the thought of it coming any harm in Mr. Gusto's hand. Sorry, meditating. Did you want something, Detective? As I told you, I'm an attorney, and I was hoping you'd take a look at this. Is he meditating again? Perhaps I present him with something more meaningful. Apparently, a dead body is not meaningful. The winner of the contest gets to call themselves a greatest confectioner, and that's my goal. After that, I'm going to sing far to hone my crafting skills. Once my creations look as good as they taste, I'll be truly unstoppable. Shouldn't he have perfected that before entering the contest? Alright, well, I've looked at everything as far as I'm aware. Could this be related to the evidence somehow? I guess maybe?
Eureka!
Oh, new voice. Consider the relationship between the evidence and what we see before us. There's a contradiction. I'm considering the ship before us, and how you're lucky it's made of chocolate. Otherwise you'd be alright now, floating down the little stream over there. Not exactly the most pleasant way to be ejected from a crime scene. Need to calm down and think this over one more time. I'm certain there's something missing that we brought here. Maybe it's something too soon? I can't press Y on anything here. Oh, the only thing I can look at is the, is this. So there must be something here that I need to look at. What if I look at this? The victim's body was found in Samson Tangaroa's room inside a chocolate treasure chest. The cause of death appears to have been blood loss following a blunt force trauma. Ah, okay. I think I know what it wants me to do.
Eureka!
You said the only thing that's been removed from the crime scene is the body. Yeah, and that piece of cloth is what is wrapped in it. But then something here doesn't quite add up. It doesn't. Take another look at the scene in front of us, Detective. A very conspicuous pool of blood that should be here is clearly missing. All right. Don't remember anybody mentioning they'd removed the blood along with the body. Let me check with the forensics. What is it, Mr. E? You figure it out? Compare the treasure chest to the photograph to the real thing. In the picture, the solid chocolate bottom continues underneath the deceased's head. And yet, that part of the chest is now gone. Maybe someone ate it. I mean, I would. Not with the blood on it, though. The part with all the blood over it. Exactly. So did the police remove it, or perhaps the killer? It wasn't forensics. They're saying nobody took anything like that away. Interesting. So somebody deliberately removed the blood from the scene. Could be. Investigation complete. I think we're about done here for now. Wrong voice. Well, if I wasn't convinced before, I am now. Tangaroa did it. No two ways about it. What do you mean? All the rooms in this place look from the inside. The only way to unlock them from the outside is with this key. I see. And who had access to that key? Who do you think? Tangaroa. And as the only one, there aren't any copies. With the matched key, Tangaroa could slip into anybody else's room anytime he'd like. And he could even lock his own room from the outside if he wanted. But Mr. Tangaroa's room wasn't locked, was it? Nope, which is exactly what makes him a suspect. Would you care to explain your thinking? Why I think Tangaroa did it. If the door had been locked when the body was found, Tangaroa would have been the obvious suspect. Which is why he deliberately didn't lock his room. And why he smashed the lid in the treasure chest, so the body was on full display. Everyone's supposed to gather in this room when the judging finished up. So he made it look like the murder happened while he wasn't there. The one thing he didn't plan on was Bound finding the body. Anyway, that's my thinking on this whole thing. Good enough for you, Mr. Attorney? Do you also believe it was Mr. Tangaroa who damaged the other pieces in this room? Yep. I know you have to believe your client, and that's your job, but I'm a detective and I serve the law. And no matter how squeaky clean somebody might seem, a suspect is still a suspect. I fully understand your reasoning, Detective. Now, would you mind if I applied a little critical thinking of my own? Do your worst. Just as the detective won't compromise his devotion to the law, I won't compromise my beliefs either. And I'm not about to accept that his version of events. In fact, I'm going to show him the piece of evidence that highlights the contradiction in his claims.
Hold it!
That's hardly a solid ground to which to base your suspicion, Mr. Tangaroa, Detective. And it's hardly solid grounds to start shouting objections left and right, Mr. Attorneys. Keep seeing a thing flying around, it's annoying me. Maybe quit interrupting and let me finish.
Hold it!
And why would he deliberately knock his door? Because if he locked it, he might as well have held a sign saying he did it since he had the only key. But maybe it's just a coincidence. Maybe he just left it locked without meaning to. He just happened to have it locked, and somebody just happened to find a body inside. Come on, kid. You never make a detective thinking like that. But I don't want to be a detective. I want to be an attorney. I'd be grateful if you stopped trying to steal my apprentice. Look, there's a reason why Tangaroa left his door unlocked. Well, we know it wasn't smashed. I can't provide anything for that, though, so let's press. You're saying Mr. Tangaroa himself deliberately smashed the treasure chest open? Yep. If he had, the body would have never been found. I struggle to see how he managed to destroy his creation while judging the contest at the same time. Exactly. Besides, there's no way he would have disrespected his sweets. He eats every last crumb of the bacon pop while dancing. That's the only way his stuff gets destroyed. This isn't about what happens on TV, kid. You know about bacon pop, Detective? Am I the only one who isn't familiar with the show? I never would have guessed. Can you sing this theme song too? Never mind that now. Focus. The point is this. Tangaroa was responsible for breaking that lid.
Hold it!
The judging began in Mr. Gusto's room, correct? Yeah. Kinda wanted to check his hard candy stuff out myself. Huh? In that case, allow me to... How about a demonstration? It's a dog, I think. Or a pig. Well, it's you, Detective. Are you calling him a dirty dog? It's a wolf. Huh, a lone wolf. I like it. I'm starting to enjoy these little displays. Anyhow, it was originally a piece of cake.
Hold it!
Do you have a clear idea of what exactly or when exactly the murder took place? Not yet. Autopsy report's still pending. And you still went ahead and arrested Mr. Tangaroa. We may not know when the murder happened, but we know when the body was discovered. It was while Tangaroa was judging Gusto's room. The perfect alibi if I could set it up just right. But still not grounds for an arrest. Surely you have to agree with that. Do I? Especially when I've got nothing more to say to you. Why do I get the feeling he's hiding something? Detective Bad seems pretty convinced that Mr. Tangaroa is the culprit. There's no way he could have vandalized his own creations. No way! Still, the treasure chest did get smashed in. There's no denying that. Perhaps we should focus more on what led to the body's discovery. Doing so would make it easier to spot the flaw in Detective Bad's theory. It had been locked, which is why deliberately didn't lock his door, and why he smashed the lid of the treasure chest. Well, he didn't, because we know it was made by sound.
Objection!
The original Bacon Pop name. Oh, okay. Piece of cake, Bacon Pop? Or Bop? I think Bacon Pop sounds better because it's singing and dancing as well. Piece of cake just sounds like a cake show, which would still be good, just, you know. We've established that the body was hidden inside the chest, and that Miss Bound came running into this room when she heard a sound. It seems reasonable to infer that the sound was that of the chocolate boat collapsing. Sure, seems likely, based on the evidence. And yet you assert that it was Mr. Tangaroa who smashed the lid on the chest. I believe this photo makes it clear that it was the ship that did the smashing. And if that has occurred only moments before Miss Bound had entered the room, then it couldn't have been broken by Mr. Tangaroa, who was out judging on the contest at that time. I never said he did it there and then. He could have had something to do with the stand, so it collapsed when he was in the middle of judging.
Objection!
Have you had any way of proving that assertion? Nope, but the investigation isn't over yet. There's still time. So he doesn't have anything conclusive. Have you found any prints in this room besides those of Mr. Tangaroa's? Yep, on the door. But we found Tangaroa's and Miss Frost's prints on here there too. You were all brought here for briefing right before we started working on creations. Those prints are probably from then. I take it you haven't checked any of Mr. Tangaroa's works of prints yet. Why would? We know that somebody tampered with them, and therefore it's possible that they left some prints behind when they did so. Could have been a piece of cake, yeah? Fine. But we don't find anything new, guys. Still top of my list, got it. And they find everything. You, check all this chocolate stuff for prints now, and don't eat it yet. We'll do that after the crime's been solved. Yes, sir, right away. Detective Bad, we finished the dusting for chocolate, and we found the prints that don't belong to Mr. Tangaroa, sir. Go on. Whose? Delicious Scone, sir. She's one of the contestants. Good work. You can go back to whatever you were investigating before. Yes, sir. So it seems we have a suspect beside Mr. Tangaroa. Huh. Even without your lawyer input, I wasn't able to wrap up the investigation anyway. I'll go speak to Miss Scone and see what she has to say for herself. Delicious Scone. Mr. Gustos mentioned her too. He said that she was ruthless, that she'd do anything to win. This Scone lady sounds like a pretty suspicious character, huh, Mystery? Yes, I think we'd better try to speak with her ourselves as well. Detective Bad, would you mind if we accompanied you? Babysitting you is not in my job. Oh, come on! Come on! But I guess you'd pick up a couple of useful clues already. If you want to tag along, be my guest. Thank you, Detective. You're too kind. Detective Bad, I don't think that's such a good idea. The lead prosecutor's still busy in there. It'll be fine. Me and him don't exactly see eye to eye anyhow. Who's this him? Who did they sign the case to? Manfred von Karma. What? They gave it to von Karma? He hasn't lost a case in 25 years. Manfred von Karma, a living legend over the prosecutor's office. We've never faced one another in the court room, but I've had plenty of stories. They say he'll do anything to ensure a guilty verdict. Don't worry, you'll face him soon, then he'll shout like, Ashworth! You know, and then you shoot him. Oh, well, you don't shoot him, the police guard shoots him by accident. And then he shoots you. But I can't let that distract me. For now I need only continue to do what I believe is right. To be continued. Already? Okay. I wonder if this entire part of the case is like a flashback, or if we got to do like between the future and present. Investigating Miss Scone's room. How long was that? About an hour. Okay, so we got another hour to go. A roundabouts. Already saved. What am I doing? Ah, it's all green. Very different from the brown. She is very small and pink. December 24th, 7:30 p.m. Whoa, a candy castle. And look, there are some even little elves to go with it. Room's laid out, pretty much exactly the same as Tangaroa's. It's not as cold, though. That's something. Let's see. Yeah, looks like there's a temperature control panel in here, too. Over there where the orange light is, right? Wrong voice. We'd better take a closer look at it when we can. It's like a fairy tale storybook in here. And this whipped cream-covered construction must be the work of Miss Delicious Stone. Where's Miss Scone? Me, why? I'm just over here, dearie. Oh, just look at your lovely boys. Delicious Stone at your service. I'm giving her this weird accent for some reason. Some cheeky blighters, back in Blighty. Oh, great, she's British. Oh, God, okay. Miss Delicious, tee-hee. I was going to give her a southern, like, Texan accent or something, but I guess she's British. Called a lovely boy at 34. Unexpected to say the least. Lovely boys? Really? Me? Even Mr. E? Crikey! I have to try and think of a proper accent for her now. Oh, yes, dear. You're the detective over there. You're lovely boys to me. I'm making her sound like Irish for some reason. And nobody's lovely boy, lady. Name's Bad. I wonder just how old she is. Finish this up so we can get out of here, Mr. Attorney. Yes, all right. Uh-oh. What is the meaning of this chit-chatting with the defense? Mr. Edgeworth, some serious guy just stepped out of the castle. He stepped out of a confectionery castle. Okay. Montgomery. What? He's Manfred Montgomery? He had a cane even then? I thought he only had a cane because he got shot, but I guess he just has it. Eep, sorry, mannequins. The notorious prosecutor von Kammer himself. It's a pleasure to meet you, Mr. von Kammer. Gregory Edgeworth, attorney at law. I couldn't care less about your name is. Your job is to lose to me and disappear, never to show your sniveling face again. What a thoroughly rude individual. Those piercing eyes, that furrowed brow. They're even scarier than they say. And you might want to keep such rude thoughts to yourself, Eddie. We were hoping you might permit us to carry out some brief inquiries, Mr. von Kammer. And why would I wish to extend you any such courtesy? This clearly isn't going to be easy. For the one game he shows up in, he shows up a lot later. Like, it's a lot. So long as your inquiries are limited to this room, I suppose I'll allow it. Why the sudden change of heart? You, the tall fellow. Name's Bad. Is that so hard to remember? I don't ask for your opinion. The thoughts of a lowly detective do not concern me. But I do admire your spirit. Bad, see to it that these worms don't step out of line. Why do I have to? I'm not offering you a choice, detective. I need to go and look over Gusto's room. Good day. Great. More babysitting. Why aren't Detective Bad and Mr. Von Kammer investigating together? They don't seem to know each other well enough for there to be blood between them. Well, looks like we have permission to investigate. Guess we better get to it. Indeed. I'm not sure I trust Mr. Von Kammer's motives, but at least we can do that much. Hold up. I haven't been over this room yet either. You're not messing it up before I get my chance. You have to wait till I'm done. Huh? But I thought you were the lead detective. How come you didn't take a look at this room yet? Because I wasn't yet the first one they assigned. One of Von Kammer's pets was on the job before me. Right up until just now, in fact. I got in not long before you did. That answers my question as to why they're working separately, I suppose. What say we look over the room together? Detective, it worked well enough. The woman's gone. You won't have to worry about us messing things up. You can keep an eye on us as we go. What kind of screwball attorney asks to have a detective breathing down his neck? Guess I'm stuck with you for a little while longer. Yeah, you're amazing, Mr. E. You have our thanks, Detective Bad. Don't be so grateful. This is my scene. The second you get in my way, you're out of here. Of course, we understand. Now, shall we begin? Begin investigation. Oh, she's just over there now. It's an incredible piece of work. Hard to believe this whole castle is made of sugar and cream. I'm just changing position. Whoa, I almost hit myself in the face with the microphone. It's an incredible piece of work. Hard to believe this whole castle is made of sugar and cream. I know, right? It's like the whole side of magical medieval story or something. I didn't know you were into such artistical things. Sorry, Miss Edgeworth. Didn't mean to get carried away there. Oh, no need to apologize. I admire your enthusiasm. Sometimes I wish my own son was as animated as you. You have a son, Mr. E? I do. He's still in elementary school, and yet he'd rather read a statute book than a fairy tale. I can't help but worry that his interests will make it hard for him to make friends. Don't worry, he makes 2 friends. Don't say that, it's super interesting. He'll make tons of friends, me included, I'm sure. Huh, I'd like to think you're more of a big brother to him than a friend, Eddie. Huh, a big brother. Guess I've got some serious growing up to do. Better take this more seriously. Indeed. And with that in mind, shall we continue our investigation? We must scour the scene and inspect all. Huh. These pillars, they have an hexagonal indentations. Looks like something's supposed to go in there. Well, whatever they are, it's long gone. Hexagonal indentations, huh? I wonder. The castle's covered in whipped cream, so maybe it's a giant strawberry. A giant strawberry with a hexagonal bottom? Look, I like strawberries, okay? Can't blame a guy for wishing. I prefer bananas myself. Blueberries for me. You're the odd one out. No one likes blueberries. The doors of the castle has been left wide open. Yeah. Wrong voice. Yeah. Why was the guy born in a barn? You could at least close them behind him. I'd like to see say that to Von Karma's face, Eddie. Oh, wait. There's a bunch of stuff inside. Let's see. Hold it, kid. If anybody's going to be handling evidence, it'll be me. Cream's got all runny. The whipped cream is melting and will lose its shape at the slightest touch. It's all over the detective's shoes. Why are all these items being stored inside a candy castle? Alright, tell me what you wanted to look at first. There's a bunch of blue cloth back here. 1, 2, 3, 4 rolls together. Well, they certainly aren't made of candy. No idea what this stuff is for. Almost looks like somebody hid it in there. And I think I've seen fabric of the same color somewhere else before. 2 big rock crystals. Looks like somebody was using the castle storage. Kind of expected something a little more exciting behind those doors. Oh, I know. Maybe they're giant uncut gemstones. And maybe this whole thing is based on a story about the castle with the priceless treasure hidden inside. I think I'd treat my priceless treasure with a little more care. Huh? There's something on the bottom of them. Looks a little like a stand or something. I was right, they are gemstones. The stands must be so they can put on display. Well, whatever they are, it seems they're not just a set of large paperweights. This episode is going to be making me hungry the whole time. It's going to make everyone hungry because it's just all about baking and food. God damn it. Gusto is Dane Gustavia in the translation and Gus Tavosky in the Let's Translate. Wow, okay. They made him Russian. Are even the flowers edible? Why does it look like a science experiment over here? I mean, baking is kind of like a science experiment, but it looks even more so. Scone is delicious scone in the fan translation. And delicious scones in the Let's Translate. And straight up delicious stone in Japanese. So they pretty much stayed consistent with her name then. There's a blowtorch and some chemicals here. I guess it was all for cooking with. I wonder what these chemicals are. Let's take a closer look at the labels. Megodown 911. Homicyanide 247. Wait, they're all poisons? Those are... Ow! I bit my cheek. Those are the common colorings and flavorings used in colored desserts. The freshest concentrated mango boiled down to purest essence, hence mango down. Huh. They're asking for trouble with a name like that. I really bit my cheek hard when I did that voice. Ow. Ah. It's because in order to do that voice, I had to, like, pull my head back and make my cheeks go closer, but I guess I did it so close that it went in my teeth. Ow. Ah, they're asking for trouble with a name like that. Now I'm curious as to why homicidines might be. Don't turn around, don't turn around! If you turn around, you'll eat it! You can't eat the castle! Don't eat the castle! I guess he's watching his sugar intake. I mean, it's also a crime scene, so he shouldn't really do that. There's a small door on the wall, just like Mr. Tangaroa's room. Catherine Hall to Judy Bound. Alright, there are going to be chemicals with different translations and one more minor character. Oh, okay. Here, I'll open it up. Temperature 68 degrees. Light set to green. Didn't Gusto say cream needs to be kept at 50 degrees? Temperature in here is too high. That is odd. I wonder why. Someone tried to sabotage. It's a cute little elf made of candy, and it's sitting on a little tree stump. Huh. The whipped cream decorations around here are beginning to lose their shape. But the elf here seems completely fine. Strange. I hope I'm doing his voice right, because it's like, I'm trying to make him sound like Edgeworth, but not as, you know, grand. He's a straight, no-nonsense guy. I can't walk behind her. How far back does this cake go? The 4 adorable elves in the sweetest little castle made of sweets. So that's the theme behind Miss Scone's creations, huh? Unlucky for her. Things aren't quite as sweet around here as she's trying to make it out. These must be the various tools Mr. Scones used to build her castle. Buckets filled with cream. Trowels and a brush. Is she a patissier or a blaster? Now don't you go making jokes at my expense, you cheeky bastard! I don't just slap stuff on the walls like a silly old plasterer. I have to spread the ice cream out lovely and smooth, then work out all the rough patches. That's literally exactly what a plasterer does. What's the matter? Something weird about the ladder? It's not a ladder detected bad, it's a step ladder. Same difference. Far from it exactly. You'd know if you observed their basic natures more closely. Amazing mystery. I'll have to remember this for the future reference. Has he learned the victim's name? The victim's name is Artie Frost. Alright, let's talk to you. What's the matter, Miss Scone? You seem an awful lot less cheerful than you were a minute ago. Is it Mr. Von Karma? Did he something in between you two? Why, yes, nothing happened at all. Huh? But you just said yes. That was a hello, yes, you silly boy. Aren't you just the sweetest little sugar dumpling? Remind me, what was your name again? Oh, Eddie. Eddie Lumpkin. Oh, you've go far, dearie, I can tell. Eddie Lumpkin? It seems our English Central woman has taken a liking to you, Eddie. No small accomplishment. Frost is Isaac Dover in French translation and Bill Rhyme. Isaac Dover? Bill Rhyme, okay. He's not exactly what I picture when I think of a gentlewoman, Mr. E. Never mind that now, we should ask her a few questions while we can. Could you tell us about what you did over the course of the contest? Of course, dearie. Now let us see. It all started about 10 in the morning when we set up at work. And well, I spent most of my time here in my room getting everything ready as you expect. Oh, and then there was a lovely afternoon tea for an hour or so, from around 1, I think. Afternoon tea. It's an English tradition. A chance to drink tea, enjoy a snack, and make small talk. I mean, it doesn't have to be tea. It's pretty much just you do whatever. You can have tea. You can just have drink. You can have lemonade. Have like maybe little snacks. I don't know if it was it's a tradition. I don't think it's used much anymore, but people can still do it. So kind of like recess? I suppose you could say that. Have to prep for work today? That's alright, Matt, but thanks for sticking around. I'm coming in. Oh, you really know your onions, don't you, Greggy? Greggy Pegleg. Such a clever boy. I'm making her Irish again. When did I become Greggy? And where was this afternoon tea served? Out in the garden, of course. There's a lovely little one just outside. They do it at the same hour every break time during the contest. Lay on a nice little spread, you know. In the snow? But today only me and Simpson, Silly Pants and Moody Judy were there for it. Sammy Poople had already finished his big creation, so he was there the whole time. But poor Chili Wink... I'm making her more and more Irish. I'm not intending to. But poor Chili Winks and Gusty Pants had missed out because she hadn't finished yet. Bless them. You're saying everybody except Mr. Frunz and Mr. Gusto was present. Oh, that's right, my dear. To tell you the truth, I hadn't even finished yet either. But it wasn't about to miss out on tea and cake served by your two superstars. I went back to when I finished, though. Toodled off. But the others were still nattering away. Screw it, I'm going Irish, whatever. And at any point... Oh, wait, I'm taking on your voice. And at any point, during the contest, you visit any of the other competitors' rooms? Oh dear, don't be silly. That's strange, because your fingerprints were found in Mr. Tangaro's room. It got red-handed. Wait, so you admit you were there? Oh, well, I can hardly deny it now, can I? But I didn't kill anybody, I swear. I suppose it's better when I tell you what really happened. Just promise you'll believe me, won't you, dear? What exactly were you doing in Mr. Tangaroa's room? Well, I suppose you'd call it research. Research? Sammy Poodle's a dab hand when it comes to the old sweet making. Everybody knows that. So when I noticed there was no one in there, I just popped in for a bit of research, like I say. What kind of research? Leaves fingerprints. Yes, well, it stands to reason I leave fingerprints, doesn't it? After all, it's hardly research if you don't have a little nibble now and then, is it? What? You ate little pieces of them? So, the traces of tampering in Mr. Tangaroa's room was all you? Kind of weird of you. What's kind of weird for me? What have I done now? What have I done to insult someone again? Just because of the way I am. Leave me alone, I'm my own person. There's nothing wrong with me. I'm ever so sorry, sweeties. I didn't mean to make a mess. I had to take a little bite here and there, didn't I? I didn't want poor Sammy Poople getting upset, so it just took the teensiest bits and pieces. And the stand holding up the... Oh, wait, Gregory. And the stand holding up the ship. You took a bite out of that too, I suppose. Oh, yes, dear. Of course I did. It was you. You brought the whole thing crashing down. I'm sorry, my lovely Turiam. Hold on. Is that where you left the afternoon tea early? You were heading off for a second helping of sweets? Look, just please believe me. I never killed anybody, I promise. Her actions were certainly suspicious, but that was all about we can say for now. Yes, dear. What's this then, when it's at home? It's a badge that proves I'm qualified attorney. Gosh, well done you. Shall I show you something lovely in return? See this big pink hat I'm wearing? It proves that I'm a qualified pastry chef. Is that so? I thought you could buy those in stores. Oh, you can? Anyway, it's not that the hat matters, it's the head that underneath. So then, can anyone call themselves a pastry chef? Ooh, look at that. I thought you just have the loveliest toys, Greggy Pegleg. What, that colour? Oh no, that won't do. Let me put a lovely splodge of cream on it. Please, stop that. Don't put cream on the dead body, please. Oh, nothing about any of the evidence. I guess I'll start thinking about things. Where is it? Crystals and hexagonal communications. Suddenly Kirby. Yeah. The rock crystal stands and the pillar in front of the crystal feature the same hexagonal shape. I believe the crystals are meant to be placed on top of the pillars. Oh yeah, hexagon to hexagon makes perfect sense. But if that's the case, then why are they being hidden inside the castle? The rolls of blue cloth and the rock crystals inside the castle. I imagine both belong to Miss Scone. Miss Scone? What were you using the items inside the castle for? Huh? Oh, those! Sorry, Lambkin, but I'm not allowed to say. Let me guess. Von Karma. Hey, how did you know? Please don't ask me to tell you. You'll have my guts for garters. It seems the prosecution really has no intention of sharing anything with the defense. Man, thought we were just onto something with the giant rock crystals, but... What's that, dearie? You're interested in my little trinkets? Your trinkets? Yes, my sweet. I use them to make people all lovely and relaxed. You use rock crystals and cloths to do that? I do. It's wonderful. You should see it. And they're not just any old rock crystals either. They're great big lumps of salt with lights inside them. Oh, those things are lamps? Oh, that's not even the half of it. Those cloths hold on a little more even more exciting secret. She really opened up the moment we started talking about her trinkets. Since you're here, why don't I give you lovely boys a taste of my relaxation magic, Oh, Buddy Bumpkin, can you get all out and set it up for me? The name is Bad. Is that a no? Why are you being so selfish, Buddy Bumpkin? You finished investigating, taking photos of the room yet? Oh, yes, sir. We have, sir. Then help Miss Gone here with something, will you? Yes, sir. Right away, sir. Oh, you're such a sweetie heart, aren't you, Batty Bee? That's amazing, Miss Gone. You got him to do exactly what you wanted. That's some talent. Thank you so much, Battykins. And you, officer, lovely. She's even giving nicknames to the forensics guy now. I guess it's her way of showing that she cares. So, what about this is supposed to be relaxing exactly? Oh, don't be so sourpuss, big Batty Bee. The fun's only just beginning. Officer Lovely, you switch it on now. Yes, Bob. Ooh, everything glows. Huh? Wow, it's beautiful. It is. I wish my son were here to see it. Is he just going to continually talk about his son every now and then? He's like, my son would like this. I think my son would be a perfect fit for this confectionery. I want a chocolate engraving of my son so I can eat him. Isn't it though? Isn't it just wonderful? The 4 adorable elves in the sweetest little castle made of sweets. That's my theme, you see. And I thought it would be extremely extra lovely if it was all lit up. Isn't it the nicest thing you ever seen? One of the elves must be feeling a little left out. Oh, right, the one there. This is how it was supposed to look for the contest. But I'm glad you lovely boys get to see it at least. Wait, shouldn't the lamps be lit up too? Oh, what's happened here, I wonder? I think we better take a look at the lamps and the bevels one more time. This elf doesn't have an illuminated cloth over it like the others. It's not fair to leave the poor girl out, Mr. Scone. Well, I didn't want to, did I, dear? But one of my cloths and the little machines went missing. A cloth and what sort of machine exactly? Oh, you'll never guess how it all works. Those luminous cloths are connected to these thingamajigs. They're called full-spectrum light-emitting devices. They send the light down the main cable into each of the optical fiber strands, and that's what makes the cloth glow. With a little bit of fiddling, you can change the light to any colour in the whole wide world. Bright red, ferocious, fiery flames. Cold blue like clinking crystals of ice. There's these special batteries that last for donkey's years. They don't even mind the cold at all. Forgive me, so these machines, are they... They're what makes a special luminous cloth light up in the beautiful colours, Mr. E. I see. So much new technology. I can barely keep up. So these light-emitting devices. We lost one of them and a piece of luminous cloth. Oh, that's right, Lumpkin. Heaven only knows where they could have got to. But this cloth, it could have something to do with the base. Well, now you'll let me look at it. Or not. It was there for a split second. I must scour the scene and inspect everything to access my view. So Miss Gunnar had actually intended to use these lamps in her display. And why were they stashed inside the castle? I mean, they're broken. Except there's plenty of other places you could have put them. The best place to hide some salt and sugar, isn't that how it goes? Ugh. I wouldn't like mixing sugar and salt together like that. Or perhaps the best place to hide a tree is in a forest. Anyway, if her intention was to put these salt lamps in her display, that contradicts a certain piece of evidence in my possession. I need to point it out and make it a deduction. My shoe's already covered in cream. I wouldn't go any closer unless you want to have the same thing happen to you. We've seen what's behind those doors. There's really no need to look again. The doors look nicely decorated now thanks to the beautiful cloth around it. A cloth which we found inside the castle. A welcoming doorway makes a welcoming home. That's just common sense for us detectives. Says the man who trampled all over the castle's entryway. But I'll hold my tongue for now. The lamps appear to be broken. Bulbs smashed. One of them. Both of them. Maybe they fell and broke on the floor. Look, there's a red stain on one on the left. Oh, look, there's a red stain on one on the left. That's not just a red stain. That's... Yep, it's blood, alright. I can smell it. I hope it's not Chris's blood. What? Blood? Why is there blood on this lamp? Could it have something to do with why its bulb is broken? We better take a closer look at the other one, too. Could this be related to the evidence somehow? A roller cloth of navy blue. It's quite a calming hue. I like it. Yeah, that was a real deep ball though, Mr. E. But let's get to the main event already and line it up. Alright, but I wasn't trying to be deep or anything, no. Whoa, look at all these buttons. I believe they're for changing the colour of the light. Try pressing one, Eddie. Oh, blue. There, the cloth is all lit up. It's so pretty no matter how many times I see it. The cloth is now glowing with a pale blue hue thanks to the light-emitting device. Did Miss God say that one of these cloths in its machine are missing? Who do you think could have taken them? I have no idea, but I suspect it might have something to do with the case, somehow. I need to look at my things again, but maybe I just need to combine stuff. We know that the victim was struck and killed with something blunt, and we found blood on one of the lamps, which has been a smashed bulb inside. Could the lamp not have been a murder weapon? For sure. It definitely could do enough damage to kill someone. You, science guy, did you finish analysing the blood from the lamp yet?
Yes, sir. Just got it done a minute ago, sir. The blood is the victim's, no doubt about it.
There you have it. Interesting. The murder weapon was hidden in Miss Scone's room. I'm beginning to think we may need to add her to our list of suspects. The whipped cream in this room is collapsing because the temperature is too high. It's 68 degrees. My messed up shoes can vouch for that. And yet, When you opened the door to the castle, the handles themselves were just fine. Yeah, and they were sturdier than expected. Sturdy? That's not the way I would describe most things made of confectionaries. I think we better take a look at those handles, wouldn't you? What the? I think it's safe to say those handles aren't made of candy. It's not just the handles. The whole castle. The little elves. They're all just plastic models with whipped cream smeared on top. What? So none of this confectionery is art after all? No, it's simply made to look like candy with the cream having been added to lend it all an authenticity. Interesting, so it's all fake. Maybe? Nope. I thought it might be, but it's not. I really thought I had something. Let's go back to the beginning. Alright, well, I guess we can combine this with the other thing now.
Eureka!
Look at this, Detective Bad. Don't you think it's a little strange? No, it's you who's a little strange. Maybe you need a little blood sugar boost. Get that brain working. How about a lolly? $2 a pop. That's a bit steep. Anyway, is it just me, or isn't there something in evidence that these decorations go against? Clockwise, less room. Non-confectionery items must not be used as decoration. Right.
Eureka!
Take a look at the list of rules for the contestants, Detective. Non-confectionery items may not be used as decoration. That means the salt lamps and the luminous cloths would have been both against the rules. What if they're edible? Try eating them. Lick them. Is that why they're stashed away inside the castle? I think we need to dig a little further into this with Miss Scone before we say for sure. So not only did she use decorations that were against the rules, she didn't even make any real sweets. Miss Scone made a mockery of the rules. Yeah, guess she's not gonna get crowned world's greatest now. And why is it so warm in here? Do you think it's got something to do with all this? That's a good question. I think we'd better go ask Miss Scone herself. Alright, let's go do so. Little lady, you got a lot of explaining to do. She's up to his waist. Miss Scone, why is the temperature of your room set to 68 degrees? Oh, because I hate the cold, dearie. Don't I, dearie? And besides, being chilly's no good for a girl. If I want to keep my fresh-faced complexion, we've got to be careful about these things. We ladies stuff to stay young, don't you know? How old is she really, though? That's what I would like to know. It's not polite to speculate on a person's age, Eddie. But most of your work is made out of whipped cream. Pure evil, yes. And whipped cream needs to be kept around 50 degrees or it starts to deflate. Is that so, dearie? Or silly me, eh? I've only gone and made a whoopsie. Wait, she didn't really know that? She just wants to win the money. World-class confectioner on my foot. Not only did she break the rules by using fake candy, she's ignorant of basic facts about her supposed craft. Miss Groan's more mysterious by the minute. Oh, you've got quite the eye, haven't you, dearie? I'll be amazed how it works. Actually, never mind. Can't go giving away my secrets now, can I? Well, that was strange. What just happened? Did Miss Von Kammer bully her into saying something about what she knows? Oh, look at that. Don't you have the loveliest toys, Greggy Peg Leg? I'm going to put the colour. No, that won't do. I'll put it in cream. Oh, look at that. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Oh, do-do-do-do. I mean, I've presented everything. Presented the cloth, presented this, presented that. Miss Scone appears to lack basic knowledge about how confectionery is created, and she says that she snuck into another entrance room for research purposes. Hardly the actions of a world-class world-class confectioner competing for a major prize. Yeah, not how I'd picture top pro acting. Does she maybe just lack a little confidence, or is she not actually a confectioner at all? Perhaps she had another agenda altogether. After all, we've only had her word for it since that she went into that room to do some research. Wait, you mean maybe she went in there to commit a murder? There's no way of saying so for certain just yet. But she is hiding something of that much I'm certain of. Woo! It's all done. That's enough investigating for now, don't you think? Yes, we've certainly found plenty of interest. Something's been bothering me for a while now. Mr. Von Karma should have surely found the murder weapon when he searched for this room. And yet he didn't arrest Miss Scone. He didn't even seem interested in questioning her. I think our first priority should be to find out what he's really up to. That it's bad, I have a few things I'd like to ask Mr. Von Karma. Me too. Him and Scone. There's no shame in lacking confidence, only in showing that you lack it. I mean, there's shame in stealing other people's things by eating them and then also pretending that you're an actual cake confectioner when you use fake props. Oh, could you, buddy bumpkin? Stop staring at me like that. It appears Detective Bad is just as suspicious of Miss Von Karma and Miss Scone as I am. Miss Scone, could you be so kind as to accompany us? Of course, dearie. Where are we off to? To find Mr. Von Karma. She really needs to stop pushing her face into that bowl. It makes me think that instead of actually looking in there to stay calm, she's actually licking it out. Or eating stuff out of it. 8:05. It's only been 5. Oh wait, we went there in 6:30, didn't we? It's been about 2 hours. Yes. Mr. Von Karma, we'd like to speak with you if that's alright. Tisk. Judging by your faces, I'm guessing you found the murder weapon. We did. It was in Miss Scone's room. Which means that Mr. Tangaroa should no longer be the only person in interest. Huh, nonsense. It doesn't matter where the weapon was found, Tangaroa is guilty. And as long as my case guilty he shall remain. How can you be so sure of Mr. Tangaroa's guilt? You have an explanation, I assume, for why the murder weapon was in Mr. Scone's room. Huh, of course I do. And I'll be delighted to share it with you. You haven't played chess in a while, I'm glad. Tangaroa killed Frost with one of the Scone's assault lamps in order to frame her for the murder. To complete the deception, he took it back to her room once the deed was done. After all, it had been near the victim's body. Tangaroa would have deemed doubly suspicious. A body might be hard to move, but a murder weapon, considerably less so. And that's why there is no piece of evidence on the scene that points to a particular suspect. So it is your assertion that Mr. Tangaroa took the salt lamp back to Miss Scone's room? It is indeed. But it is more than an assertion. It is fact based on my own investigation. You mean you have proof that he did so? Huh. I don't see any such thing. Or I don't need such things. What? If you have a rebuttal, I'd be happy to hear it. But I highly doubt you'll be able to fault my logic. For saying that, we're spending a case in the chess dimension. No!
Hold it.
So he took one of the salt lamps from Miss Scone's room back to his own. Indeed. He prepared it beforehand, knowing that it would be the perfect weapon with which to kill Frost. But we found the lamp in Miss Scone's room. Surely this cast Miss Scone herself in suspicion light. Huh. Perhaps you would let me finish now as I was saying.
Hold it.
You're talking about the lamp made of rock salt that was hidden inside the candy castle, correct? Ow. Excuse me. Precisely. I was the one who found it. So be grateful. It's thanks to me you had such a vital piece of evidence. But what made you go inside the castle in the first place, if you don't mind me asking? Good point. Maybe you just wanted to see what was inside, what it was like in there? Fools! You think I went in there on a whim? I went in there because detectives are an incompetent lot, so I investigated it myself. I'm just thinking, his daughter would be like 1 at this point. I'm imagining like baby Francisco with like a tiny like rattle and using it as it was like, fool! It's like shaking at like servants or something. Yes, I imagine Von Karma living in a mansion with servants. But I had nothing to do with the initial investigation. That's right, Detective Bad wasn't part of this investigation until very recently. Did I skip a text? I've went in there because detectives are incompetent a lot, so I investigated myself. If you want my trust, detective, you'll have to earn it. And a good first step would be first, stop wasting my time. Now if you'll allow me to continue.
Hold it.
But he came under suspicion anyway due to the body being in his room. So why would you like to hear a favorite expression of mine? Even a dog can hold still and stay. Now let me finish. If only I could say the same to you. A body, but a murder weapon? So you think he hit the body in the chest, but moved the murder weapon from the crime scene? Yes, he foolishly believed his own creation to be a perfect hiding space. I'm sorry, I had to help myself. I think you mean you couldn't help yourself, no? He doesn't seem very sorry to me. In any case, the weapon was taken away while the body remained at the scene of the crime. Francisco would be about to now? Yeah.
Hold it.
It does make me wonder about some of these people's families. Like, we only ever meet the fathers. We never meet the mothers. I want to see Edward's mother. I want to see Francisca's mother. If they're even around. Or if it's the typical anime trope of, oh, they only have one parent. But if there's truth, how can you say for certain that Mr. Tankero is the culprit? Is that all the best you could do for pressing me? Listen here. The presence of the body in Tangero's room is evidence in itself against his guilt.
Objection.
And you didn't find evidence of pointing to any other possible suspects? Perhaps you should take another look. You might. Francisca should have an elder sibling as well at this point. Really? I thought Francisca was an only child until Edgeworth was taken in. You really don't give up, do you? There's no need to take another look. Tangro is guilty, end of story. If you insist on asserting otherwise, then show me proof to back up your ridiculous claims. I have to think back to the scene of the crime. If Mr. Tangro really isn't guilty, then there must be something that points to somebody else. My friend is a gun. Oh, right, yeah. Never mind. Pressing Mr. Von Karma on any of my statements. Wrong voice. Pressing Mr. Von Karma on any of my statements won't have much of an effect, I fear. My only hope is to find a piece of evidence that contradicts his claims. To complete with the interception, he took it back to a room once the deed was done. After all, it would have been found near the body's victim, and Tungro would have been doubly suspicious. A body be made hard to move, but a murder weapon considerably less so. And that is why there's a piece of evidence in the scene that pointed to a particular suspect. Yeah, I remember. It just makes me wonder, how does he have a... Why is the elder sister or whatever, maybe brother, not mentioned? Might be a story there. Maybe they show up in the future. The second Von Karma. A body may be made hard to move, but a murder weapon considerably less so. After all, if it had been found the victim's body, Tangaroa would have seemed doubly suspicious. To complete suspicion or deception, he took it back to her room once the deed was done. This lamp isn't working. No, unfortunately, it seems to be broken. Would have been nice to see it all lit up just once. Miss Scott said it was good for relaxation, right? I could use some of that. Perhaps I'll get one for the office. So the lamps both have these hexagonal stands on the bottom, right? Yes, I imagine the indentations in the pillars were made to accommodate them. And boy, did they fit like a glove. Nothing really standing out here.
Objection.
No. Why do you make this piece of evidence, Mr. Montcalm? Nothing. It isn't even worth considering. Is this all I can expect from you? How did you even earn your badge in the first place? And yet here I stand proudly as a lawyer. Exactly the kind of feeble-minded response I expect. Pathetic. I'm lower than dirt to him. First stars, then hexagons? Yeah. Unless Francisca had a kid when she was 17, there's another sibling. Yeah. Well, why frame her for murder? I'm not really sure what to do here. Consider bodies considered maybe hard to move, but a murder weapon considerably less so. And that is why there's no piece of evidence in the assignment that pointed to a particular suspect.
Objection.
No, not that one. Is this Xbox? No, this isn't Xbox, but I am using an Xbox controller. Maybe this?
Objection.
No. Montcalm is perfect every way. There's no contradiction here. None. Maybe I'm looking at something wrong here. Let's start from the beginning again. Tangaroa killed Frost with one of Scott's salt lamps in order to frame her for the murder. Okay. I mean, that's speculation, but nothing really there I can present evidence on. To complete the deception, he took it back to her room once the deed was done. Maybe, but then he would also be leaving a trail of blood, wouldn't he? But then again, it might not have been enough to have enough blood on it, just enough to smother it a bit. After all, if it had been found in the victim's body, Tangaroa would have seemed doubly suspicious. I mean, not really. He could have just left it in the coffin and it wouldn't have mattered. Because who would look inside a chocolate coffin? Maybe this then? Trying to think. A body may be hard to move, but a murder weapon should be less so. I mean, maybe? And that is why there's no piece of evidence on a scene that pointed to a particular suspect. This one specifically feels like it's one that you're supposed to present on, but what am I supposed to present? Maybe this? Because this does point to a particular one. Nope. There's no bearing on the case. I hate you. I will kill you later.
Objection.
Okay, so it was the picture. It's true that the murder weapon and the bloodstained chocolate were removed from the scene of the crime. But something else remained that does point to one person in particular. And that's look at the photograph on the body, if you will. The cloth covering the victim over the... Oh! I straight up forgot about that. I was like, yeah, the cloth's missing, but I don't know where it went. And I didn't look at the picture properly. I forgot there was a freaking tarp in there with him. Is that not one of the same luminous cloths we found in Miss Scone's room? What's that, dearie? One of my lovely colourful cloths that sealed the crime, you say? Huh, luminous cloth. Nonsense. I see no light to speak of. I guess he doesn't know how it works. It may look like an ordinary fabric at first glance, but attached to one of these light-emitting devices, and the difference soon becomes apparent. He's not holding his shoulder because it hasn't been shot yet. That's a cool piece of detail. Oh! Look at his face. I don't think he was expecting that. But the fact that the cloth can be lit up is neither here nor there. We have to show why it's important. One of the rolls of cloth from Mr. Scone's room went missing. And if you look closely at the blue cloth in the picture, wouldn't you say it's clearly made of the same material, Mr. Von Karma? The salt lamp and the luminous cloth both belong to Miss Scone. And seeing as the body was wrapped in said cloth, surely even you have to admit that's suspicious. Mr. Von Karma, I think it's time to accept that a number of factors point to Miss Scone as a person of interest.
Tinkle.
Oh, she grabbed it with her foot, I guess. Greggy Pegleg, how could you? You're accusing me of all people. I'm not accusing you of anything just yet. But I do think you're hiding something. That's not... Just to clarify, your assertion is that both the murder weapon and the cloth were in Miss Scone's room prior to the murder. Exactly. Tisk. It's something funny. Only that you've walked so carelessly into my trap. It's my trap card! Neither the cloth nor the murder weapon were in fact in her room. So sorry to have to break it to you. What does he mean? Tangaroa spotted them before the contest began, and noted that lamps of cloth contravened the rules. He subsequently confiscated them and took them to his own room for safekeeping. What? Then, after the contest began, nobody saw hide nor hair of Frost as he secluded himself in his room. And the only person capable of entering his locked room was Tangaroa, possessing as he did the only key. And as you know, he was also in possession of the lamp used to commit the murder, so you see. I had everything I need to get Tangaroa convicted all along. Well, how does it feel? To have lost to me before even setting foot in the courtroom. This can't be happening. Wait, all our hard work for nothing? Miss Scone, why don't you tell us that your stuff was confiscated by Mr. Tangaroa? Well, dear. Mannequin said that if I spilled the beans, I'd end up being the one under suspicion. Mr. Von Karma said that? And he wasn't wrong now, was he? You two accused me yourself just a second ago. It's pathetic. Curse you, Von Karma. You led us to the murder weapon knowing we'd make certain assumptions as a result. One more thing, my pathetic friend. There are 2 and only 2 sets of fingerprints on the murder weapon. 2? Yes, and those of Delicia Stone and Samson Tangaroa. No others were found. Tangaroa used the lamp he had confiscated to murder Frost, and was foolish enough to hide it in Scone's room without first removing the fingerprints. Tisk. At this rate, no one will ever need to testify. My perpetrators will do all the talking for me as I secure his guilty verdict.
Objection!
But wait, what about the luminous cloth that was left behind in Mr. Tangaroa's room? What about it? He probably meant to return it after disposing of the body. I don't have enough evidence to prove any of what he's saying, or disprove. Tisk. No more pitiful objections. Then get out of my sight and close the door behind you. Mr. E? I'm not about to just give up. I see you mean to waste more of my time. Bad, escort them off the premises, now! The investigation is not over yet. Detective Bad, what is the meaning of this? Sorry, but I'm not in the habit of leaving cases half-solved. There's still one less thing from the crime scene we haven't identified. He's right. We still have the evidence of somebody's activities to account for. We can discuss your lingering doubts at our leisure, Detective. Whatever you might be, there's no business of the defense's.
Objection!
I beg to differ. There's a piece of evidence I'm still not satisfied about either. And I suspect it might be the same thing that's bothering Detective Bad. What? This is the yet unidentified something that is left in Tangaroa's room.
Take that!
We still haven't properly identified this piece of evidence. That's not what I was thinking of. Oh? It seems you're the only one who hasn't satisfied here. And I assure you, there's nothing a thing as unidentified piece of evidence to Von Karma. Man, I want this thing to be discovered. I picked the wrong thing. Still, a question does remain. This one, I guess? There are finger marks on one of Mr. Tangaroa's creations. Supposing they belong to the murderer, it could certainly explain how their prints didn't end up on the murder weapon. How did you know about so much about the crime scene? Because I let him look around. You let the defense examine the scene, Bad? Are you out of your mind? I don't remember you telling me not to. Insolent worm. You would do well to remember this then, Detective. That the results of your next salary review are up to me. Da fingies. They're Bad's in trouble now, too. I'm sure glad you're my boss, Mr. Edgeworth. And you too well to remember the results of your salary review. Are you up to performance here? Blair. A mere attorney uncovering such a fact based on a cursory investigation. I'm almost impressed. But it's entirely possible that those finger marks belong to Tangaroa. After all, he wore gloves when we were preparing his creations.
Objection!
But can't you prove conclusively that the finger marks are his? Furthermore, there is still something about Miss Scone that doesn't add up. Is there? Or are you implying simply not prepared to admit defeat?
Oh, stop it, Greggy. Stop it. Why are you being so mean to poor old pal Delicia? I owned up to nibbling poor Sammy's poo sweeties. What more do you want?
I don't want to have to make you a suspect. That as much as certain. But you lied to us. And you're still not telling us everything.
Oh, Greggy, stop bullying me.
I'm sorry, but you don't even know the temperature of whipped cream should be kept at. What kind of professional confectioner doesn't know something as fundamental as that?
I'm sorry, all right? I'm just a silly, muddled-headed girl. What more do you want me to say?
I don't think you're muddle-headed at all. I think that you never were a confectioner in the first place. Enough! I'll thank you for keeping your baseless accusation to yourself, even though I'm sweating and it's hiding something. Evidence is everything in a courtroom in cases you've forgotten. Well, it's a good thing we're not in case now. Shut up! If you're going to accuse a witness of perjury, then I demand you present something to back it up. But this isn't a courtroom, is it? Nevertheless, what proof do I have that Miss Scott doesn't know the first thing?
Take that!
Every single one of Miss Scott's accretions break the rules of contests. The offending items, the cloths and the lamps, were duly confiscated as we have established. And the witness did not go and bring them back to her room herself.
Objection!
But those weren't the only rule-breaking items in her room. What? The entire fantastical world Miss Scott created, every last bit of it. They love silly muddled-headed girls nowadays. It's all just a collection of plastic models slathered in whipped cream. That cream is only the authentic confectionery in the room. No real-world title contender would ever stoop so low. Is this true, Bad? Yep, saw it with my own eyes. Stepped in it with my own shoes. Licked it with my own tongue. Did we finally convince him? With her lies exposed like this, surely he can't continue to deny the facts. Miss Scott, your actions place you firmly on our list of suspects.
But oh no, dear, I'm no killer.
Then why won't you finally look at me and start telling the truth? Who you really are, and why you're tampering with the rival's work.
All right. Well, the truth is, I'm not the adorable little cook you see before you. I'm actually a pharmacist, if you can believe it.
A pharmacist? I can't blame him for being so surprised. This couldn't be further from what I'd imagined.
So what's somebody in your line of work doing entering a contest like this one? Oh, well, I just love eating, sweetie, if you must know. And semi-poople sweets are the best, or so they say. I just had to enter. I didn't mean to end up making it all the way to the final. How did you even do that? Was it just pure luck that you somehow stumbled among making great sweets that got you to the finals? Even Mr. Von Kommer is lost for words. But that's it. That's the only reason you're here. Oh yes, dearie, and it was worth it. Semi-silly pants. Sweeties are the tastiest treats I ever did eat. And the finger marks. Were you the one wearing gloves? No, that wasn't me, dear. I don't even wear gloves. Remember, Miss Scon's fingerprints were found everywhere on Tangaroa's other creations. I'd say this points to her not having worn gloves. Exactly, Lumpkins. A lambkin. The Greggy Pegleg's got the right end of the stick. I'm an innocent woman. Is your head filled with cream too? Sorry, mannequins. Her head may not be filled with cream, but she's certainly no master of subterfuge. Miss Scone, where are Mr. Tangaroa's works the only ones you sampled? Oh, no, dear. I couldn't help myself. When I'd finished my afternoon tea, I took her over to Chillywinks' room for a taste of it, too. You were in the victim's room, too? Oh, yes, dear. Nobody was in there, you see. Quite possibly because the occupant was already dead. But I could only stomach one little bite. I never tasted anything so salty in all my life. So I had myself one of the tastier star-shaped bits off of the side of the cleanse my palate. You have quite the sweet tooth, don't you, Miss Scone? Indeed. What didn't she sample? Oh, that's everything, I promise. Hey, Greggy Peggles, mannequins, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to make a mess of things. As long as what you had told us is the truth, that's all that matters in the end. Do not think for a second that this means I myself believe you. I'm going to investigate the victim's room now. We'll see how truthful you've really been after I'm through. Mr. Von Kammer, please, let us accompany you. I think it's only fair that we allow to investigate the veracity of our conclusions. Accompany if you like, but don't think for a second you'd be permitted to conduct your own investigation. We'd like to accompany you all the same. Major Black, to be continued? Oh, man. 9 p.m. It's been about 30 minutes and that? Okay. About 2 hours. How much do we have left of this part of the case? Is it just a little bit? Or do we have, like, a lot more still? Because it would be a good place to stop here when it shows this, so we could be like, oh, we're back in Frost Room. Right here? Okay. What is the meaning of this? Everything is ice. Oh, it was ice. When we got the Frost Room, we saw nada. It was all gone. The whole enchilada. Was this the work of the culprit? A dead body hidden in a chocolate chest? A murder weapon moved mysteriously to another room? This case was a real peach, and it was going to take some serious sleuthing to get to the bottom of it all. Okay. To be continued. Someone has going around sabotaging other people's work. An incident occurs. Alright, and with that is where we'll end for now. So let's get out of here. Don't save. Exit game. Alright, we shall be picking this back up next week, Tuesday. So be sure to tune in for that, as usual. If you haven't already, be sure to like, follow, subscribe, and all that stuff. If you like what I do and help support me, stick to Patreon and tips. And if you do become a patron, you get into the Patreon list here, where I give you a shout out every stream, like I do with Hiro Kuni, the Soulmaster 37, and Raffatron 2000, where I thank you for the continued support. I appreciate you all. We all make some cakes, we eat it all, and have a nice day. Never mind the dead guy. Food. But yeah, we'll be finishing today. We'll pick this up next week, Tuesday, with this to see what happens next with the confections. And tomorrow, though, I'll be back with more Hades and hopefully actually finishing a run. Because last time we streamed it didn't go that well. So we'll see what happens tomorrow. But for today, thank you for watching, everyone. I've already said all my pieces about everything else. So until next time, y'all take care and rest us today. And I'll see you either tomorrow or next week, Tuesday. So until then, have a good one. Bye, everyone. Bye, Raffatron. Bye, Everything Sucks. Bye, Matt the Shirt, if you're still here.